Ah. Hello. Please excuse the extended wait. I am here now. How are we doing today? Hello Nemo, hello Hope, hello Core. Hello lovelies. Wow, one person in the queue. I don't think I've ever actually seen that. Ah. Hello. Bleh. Looks like we might end up playing Minecraft. Oh yeah, I'm on my island! On my island gathering stuff. What did I come here for? I definitely came here for something. Probably copper. Since I'm here, I'll get some. I don't remember what I needed it for, but I needed it for something. Probably a building. I think I wanted copper for a building. Yeah. Oh, it's a lovely, beautiful day on the island. Last 2 times I've logged in, it's been raining. I'm glad that they made that change. Literally just here, only on the island sanctuary can you run and mount at the same time. Can't normally do it, but you can run and mount at the same time here. It's a global thing they changed a few patches ago. Really? I didn't notice. Shows how much I pay attention. By the way, I do not read the patch notes, if that wasn't obvious. I'll just head back. I'm gonna assume that I wanted this for building, probably. Built a building. Building. Hey, nice. one of them. Then. One of them. Efficiency bonus. Nice. I did the gamer thing where... Ah, there he is. I did the gamer thing where I was like, yeah, I know, and then I clicked through the dialogue and then went, wait, who do I talk to? This guy over here. Expedition... Select terrain. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I was like, what? Where's the iron? Where's the ore? Because the ore is what I need the most of. Copper ore as well. Okay, go do that for a full week, because the likelihood of me logging on is slim. Yeah. Unity Nice's treasure maps then? Get fucked. Drink. I'm not in charge of the FF guild. Not my job. What do I have that I can plant? I did get more cabbages. I also have parsnips. It's time to parsnip. Oh, of course the lemur's like fucked off to the other end of the paddock. Right, I think I was probably going to try to build something there. I imagine my animals are not very pleased because I log on so infrequently. Tend to them. I need to invest in better feed for them as well. Yeah, not best pleased. Ooh, a lot of these are really close to being ready. I think that's everything for the island. You want clearing tools. clear that land up there. No, I cannot. I will be in a deficit. Don't have enough copper. That's fine. I'll leave the workshop to tinker. Do I have anything to chase at the moment? Hi, Lunatic! Thanks for coming back. Right, this is all green. I have no green. Oh wait, this is to exchange for greens. Good to know. Outfits. Ah, decor. And gatherer's materia, jeez, okay. Exclusive wares. Ah, minis, I see. Oh, bird. Okay. Me scanning for mounts. Happy Thursday! Yay. Scanning the menu for mounts. No, no mounts. Okay, we will leave the island for now. Off we go. Back to doing story. Ah. Yeah. And drink some tea. Good stuff. I promise we'll discuss this void gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the vault's sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Capicula have been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it's conveyed to its post along with some instruments. Was it tomb robbers, fiends born of the Tower of Zot? By the sisters, do not tell me blasphemy yet roams free. No, it was... The awkward silence. Oh, grah. Fidget. Yep. Literally everyone is like, Why such guilty faces? Surely it wasn't you who are responsible for this. Ahem. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. Ooh. With that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now I believe you had questions? Literally everyone, alright, we won't tell you it was us. Quite a few, in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock and warded it with my magic. Such power will not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. Hi, Boopies! Mwah, how you doing? That said, in its current state, it would admit only the lowliest of void sense, and this side no man would be able to pass through. No man? I think Alphino would fit, given a firm enough push. Wow! You can't say that! That's my son! Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul. Etheric density, you say? Yet you succeed in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. I'm doing the okay. I was the blue. I'm good. I am good, my child. Adjust because I've sat back. Thanks to my brilliant alchemists, I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. The process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Asdaya, there was no way to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus, the gate lay dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a out of darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it would be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void sent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. It's rip sledding. I'm surprised so many people are keen to play the sledding game, considering we've never played it before. Yes, make decisions is quite dumb shit. I told you, whenever I make a decision, people don't fucking turn up. We had like 4 people, including me, playing Repo last week. Where the hell was everybody? Not last week, but you know what I mean. Does it work? And also don't own repo. See, this is the problem. See, this is the problem. This is the problem, which is why I ask people, because I make a decision and I don't have this, and it's like, oh, like Stanji, like why do you think Worms isn't on the list? Because Stanji came in and was like, oh, we should play Worms, and I looked at Steam and I was like, cool, 3 people own Worms. That's not enough. It's hard, okay. The root of the problem is that I'm a people pleaser, but it is physically impossible for me to make everybody happy because everybody wants to play different games. So I get needlessly stressed about it. I swear we had at least 5. Not for WMD, which is the only one that allows 6 players. And I've said multiple times, I don't like doing 4-player games. Hell, even I don't own Worms WMD. I have it through the family library, but the family library is someone else's copy. Probably Stanji's looking at the list. Yeah, neither me nor Spook own it. So Stanji owns it, so the version that's showing in my library is Stanji's version. Yeah. So, not going to play Worms for a while. Just to remind people as well, I did make a list in events, which is pinned, of, like, games we might be interested in playing. To sort of, like, let people know of, like, oh, if you wanna, because I don't want to, like, force people to buy games as well as the thing. So I, like, made a list of ones which are ones that, like, look kind of fun, but currently not enough people own them. Yeah. Monster Care Simulator. Aww. Oh yeah, this is already on my wish list. I never played the demo. I was going to, but I never did. That does look very cute. You don't have to buy me things, though. You're fine. Need to add you on Steam and I can toss games at you. It's like you're a Pokemon Center and a daycare in one. Yes, that does look cute. So this is the thing, I do need to add you as a friend on Steam, but I don't want you constantly buying stuff for me. To make sure that you look after yourself. I'm very grateful every time people buy me games. I'm always grateful, but make sure that you are also looking after yourself. But yes, we should be friends on Steam. I'm sure you can probably work out how to search for my name, because it's the same everywhere. Don't ask me, add Boopy. Yes, ask Boopies. Don't ask me. Remember, we have a gaming channel in the Discord. If you want to add people as Steam friends, you can just ask in gaming and be like, hey, who wants to be friends on Steam? Maybe then you guys will play more games together. We can buy you any game and you'll be grateful. Start stigging. Now, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. I'm saving for the Guild Wars expansion, which currently I may not be getting on release anyway, so... meh. There. Did I put it on Throne? I've forgotten whether I put it on Throne. Not that it matters, that's not what we're doing today. I can't find you. I feel like I've lost my child in a supermarket. Oh my god. There you go, sweetie. There you go. Can Hope have me as a friend? Ooh, don't know about that. Don't know about that, Nemo. We're looking for sex and now I'm gone. I abandoned my child! There we go. There we go. It is done. Do not abuse this. My wish list is very long. I don't think Hope likes you enough to be your friend. Wow. Anyway. Wait for the Tannoy announcement. Bing, 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 bong. Joke's on you, we've already been friends. Well, I gathered that. Oh, you guys are so cute. Closing Steam. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the bounty gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. As I've already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. I meant to ask, what prompted you to search the vault in the first place? It was Justinian's idea! Crap. Time to be the piece of shit. Normally I would be like, oh, we were just exploring, but when you're a Dragoon, you have to poke at Istinian at any chance you get. You're obligated to. As I recall, 'twas you who was chasing tales of undersea ruins? Well, as you've seen, the fabulous wealth from the stories is quite real, if not its rumoured origin, but I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, and I might alleviate my people's suffering. Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Of course. This is the sarcasm I spoke of. Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I'll make no attempt to open this, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would that I could join thee in thy study, but the Loporits will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave. Thanks, Rihanna. I must be off to Charlian as well. Mr. Skrull was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you're able. Farewell for now. Fair enough. This is a narrative device that we will be addressing later, I am sure. We can discuss my finding once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. The difficult part in all this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Anything to make up for the things we broke. How to figure out this Guild Wars gifting business. I don't know. wait, no, no! You already got me Dawn Trail! Stop! Stop! Think of your employment as recompense. Serve me as guest advisors and I will consider the broken constructs paid for in full. Extra 9 in this together, I will follow her example. No, don't trust us in with money. We've learnt this. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Oh, vague direction. Elsewhere, that place in the Elder Scrolls. Oh. Doesn't this look cheerful? I'm just gonna say this architecture is very Final Fantasy. Just gonna put that out there. I thought we were in, like, Kingdom Hearts or something for a sec then. It's very Square Enix. Ooh. This is very Squeenix. Wind, water. Oh no, this one's wind. Forget that wind is often green in Final Fantasy. That one's earth. guy makes me think of Golbez from 4, which is amazing because that dude only had about 6 pixels. Sense to the breaching of a gate. It was not instigated from this side, it was thrown open from the other. This is in the void, huh? I too felt it, a rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters. Opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. Yet we must not underestimate she who bested the cloud of darkness. Ay. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Ah, let her come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling grasp for breath in her final moments. I can breathe underwater. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath this sunless sky. Remember why we see not our will to fight. It is time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Okay. Nice bit of foreshadowing. Guessing it's through the ArenaNet site and not Steam/Epic. Yes. I don't play Guild Wars or FF through Steam. I play both of them direct from their launchers. Also, I can hear water running. I think that's the... That's fixed it. It's impossible for me to not like Nemo. The universe would explode. So now I've left the door ajar and the wind. Stop making noises! Showing things are making noise. Ah! Stop making noise! Close your door ajar, maybe get a door. No, but what am I going to keep my jam in? Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from the monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. At least he's self-aware. Oh. Boobies! Boobies! You're really sweet. I love you. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Now you don't have to worry. Ah! After the shower exploded, I realised I wasn't going to be able to play it. So. Let me get out of this dialogue. You are to visit Akiali and I'm so sorry that I'm terrible at pronouncing these names. So we commit saying his people and listen to their grievances. Studying Ibidu the same at Blackistan, I will be conducting my own inquiries at Dragon School at grounds. We should believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace. We can reconvene at Megaduta. Serve cat. Yeah, Megaduta. That is the one thing where every time I say it, I'm like, yeah, they really called it that. Megaduta. They really called it that. Thank you. Thank you. I redeemed these. Dr. Doom doots as he pleases. What? What a fancy hat, apparently. Thank you. I did it. There we go. Hope, I don't even remember what that is for. I don't even remember that. Thank you, boopies. I want to say thank you somehow, but I don't know how. Give me your ref sheet. I don't have one. Well, maybe I should make you one. What about that? Hmm? Now what? Huh. You were right. They added in the ability to walk and mount at the same time. Like Guild Wars can. See, this is why I need to hotkey mount. I need to hotkey mounting to a button press, but I couldn't work out how. I think Kels was like, it can make it a macro, but I was like, Also, look at my cool snake. He looks awesome when flying, but he's so janky on the ground. Would I lie to you? I just heard my phone buzz. What did you do? When it wasn't funny, I mean. I was gonna say, you lie to me all the time, but as a joke. Oh, sorry, I was just auto-flying. Also, Cole's told me that this isn't an arena. Apparently a very rare fate spawns there. Can't you just bind a button on hotbar 7? So my awkward thing is that basically I wanted to make FF Guild Wars and I wanted to hotkey a button, a letter to be a mount thing. Because my hands, again, I say this every time, my hands are small and I cannot reach all of the numbers on my hotbar very easily. Which is why I like that the mount button in Guild Wars is like on a letter. And I basically wanted to do the same in FF and I couldn't fucking work out how. But Curl said it should theoretically be possible, but I couldn't work out how, and then I gave up. My hands aren't that small, I have this issue as well. That's why I'm an ability clicker, and people who get upset about it can die mad. Though I've never had anybody get upset about it, to me personally. Clicker, die mad! Don't care. I got little hands. I can't physically reach. I'm going to share something with you that may break you a little. Oh? I'm not actually mad, I know. I'm gonna... taps this fucking sign! Every goddamn time. I should just add this to OBS. As a source. Tapping the sign! Pro tip, get a mouse with keys on the side. I don't like those freaking number pad mouses. I've got a mouse that has a forward and backwards button on the side, which I usually keybind auto run to for MMOs, which is very useful. I do like keybinding auto run. But I don't want one of those freaking number pad mice. I don't. See, I like... Another reason I like Guild Wars is your primary attacks are 1 through 5, which I can reach with my hand, and then your secondary attacks, which tend to have longer cooldowns, I click on. Because they have longer cooldowns, I don't mind the fact that I have to click on them. Whereas 1 through 5, I'm using all the time, so I can just flick between them, because those ones I can reach. Maybe that's part of the reason I'm biased towards Guild Wars, is because it just fits my hand size. Snake, snaky snake. Once again, sequence breaking. Got this snake from Moogles again. It's for a thing that I've not even unlocked. I don't think I could play an MMO without an MMO mouse. I mean, that's fair. Everybody has their own way of playing things. FF14 is wonderful for control. The only part I struggle with is classes where you have to target an area on the ground. Ooh, yeah, I bet that is. I've never checked if FF has it. Guild Wars has a setting you can turn on where if you have an AoE, it will snap to enemies. Which you can enable and disable. Does FF have an option like that? I'm also an ability clicker and partial keyboard turner. See, I'm not really a keyboard turner. No, I'm a mouse turner, but I strafe. I will strafe and mouse turn. Which I learnt to do back when I played WoW and was playing Ranger, because, you know, playing solo Ranger, you gotta learn how to kite. But I don't keyboard turn. No, I don't typically keyboard turn. I know. Everybody plays MMOs different, and they're all valid. And people who get mad at people for how they play MMOs can go suck it. But at least you didn't have to buy me a second game. You just bought me 2 games. Ah! You just bought me 2 games. Yeah. Hey, that's fine. And if that's how you use your keyboard, then it makes sense to me that you have to click your abilities. It does make me want to go, Core, are you left-handed? But people get mad at people for how they play single-player games. I wouldn't worry about it. That's true. Monster Care doesn't count. It was on sale. Ah, you just got marketed to. It's the Steam. Yes, it's the Steam Autumn Sale, but Steam always has sales. The Kingdom Hearts collection's 40% off, but I'm not buying it because I know for a fact I've seen it have a bigger percentage off, so I'm waiting. I love you. Thank you very much. Mwah. You're very kind. Please don't. You're gonna make me feel bad. I said earlier, my wish list is 100 games long. It's a bit insane. And I still have games that I haven't played. I don't need new games. It's okay. I'm fine. But thank you, I love you. I'm right-handed, but I use key and mouse left. That's fine. I'm right-handed, but I use my cutlery in a left-handed grip. My parents always got very angry at me for it. Clearly you need Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Oh my god. Just save your money. Things are expensive nowadays. Always make sure that you are looking after yourself before you give to other people. You can't fill glasses from an empty jug. Very, very true saying, actually. Which I've been feeling a bit lately. So I'm now being filled up and feel better. I always am. Boop gets treats first. Good! Good. It's good to give yourself a little treat. I'd save my money as well. Mm-hmm. We're all saving. Me and Spook still haven't, like, booked any honeymoon stuff yet because we still have to save for it. Because apparently we're deciding go big or go home, or in this case, go big or don't go. Giving treats is a treat to the soul. This is true. This is true. I think it was Curls who said this to me once a long time ago, so I'm probably going to be paraphrasing. And she said, because she said that she understood how I feel as well, of like, when you come from either a background or in your current place of you want to show affection and give gifts, but you come from a place where you haven't really had like a lot of spare income to do so. So you give people your time instead, and I'm like, okay. Can we guess where you're going on your honeymoon? Oh, we publicly talk about it a lot. We want to go to Japan. We publicly talk about it a lot. We want to go to Japan. But we both know that, one, the flights are going to be expensive. Hotel might not so much be, and I've heard that food is like a decent price, relatively, in Japan. But obviously, if we go to Japan, we're gonna go on an absolute spending spree. Buying all the merch and all the good stuff, so it's like we need to have a good amount saved. And it doesn't help that every time we start to get to a state where we're like, yay, we can save money, something happens and we have to stop saving money. Like the shower exploding. I've not to like taboo it, but I've literally said to Spook the other day, I was like, it's gonna be the car next, you know that, right? Because the car is old. Anyway. Smoke me in your luggage. I was going to guess Bristol Greggs. Why Bristol? I live in Birmingham. Do you know how many Greggs we are? There's a Greggs. There's a Greggs. That's like 5 minutes down the road. And they do delivery. And I've had to live here for 2 years with that knowledge, and not once have I used it because I'm like, no, I can't become that person. I can't become that person who gets Greggs delivered. That can't be me. Because it's on like, it's not like a main road. It's literally, it's I don't know what kind of road to describe it. It's not on like a high street. So it's not like a road, it's not like in a place you can walk to, because it's just road and there's no pavement. So it's like, you would drive there, basically. It's with a couple of other shops. It's essentially a little bit like a, I guess, like a highway services like kind of place, but it's not on a highway. But you know, it's like a place to get fuel and stuff, but there's like a car wash and stuff, and there's a Greggs there. There's also like, I think it's a Sainsbury's as well. But you can't walk there. There's no pavement. It's not really safe to walk there. It is a busy road. And I've never once done it. So I'm like, nope, that can't be me. I may end up going to Japan for things. Ooh. Wouldn't be as long a flight for you. Treat yourself. Yay, Greggs! Spook gets annoyed when I say that Greggs is a treat, even though it is a treat. Until chat figures out how you get Greggs on Throne. I mean, you don't. What you do is you use a different service called Treat Stream, which is like Throne, but it's for food. And people can order food and it will be delivered to you. And I know I can't do that because you guys will make me fat. As much as I love the idea, I will become fat. I'm loving this conversation. These are my favourite streams where we're just like talking so much that I'm not even doing what I'm meant to be doing. I just love just chatting with people. Oh, Exo, I was glad to see you when you had returned unharmed. You finished with the boat then? Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose Kalzal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives, so now we're just banding together as best we can. Most of the flight for me going to Japan, I would still be in Australia. That's true. I'd like to point out that Blue really likes games that involve rodents not behaving. You trying to bad rats me in the year 2025? Amazing. I don't think Bad Rats is even the worst game on Steam anymore. Because there's so many other games available now. I used to stop at Greggs every Friday and buy 2 bags of donuts to bring back to work. They were good times. This crap, I hate these quests. Behold my T-Rex that flies like an alligator swimming. I love him very much. I love my T-Rex. I was very happy when I got him. Bad Rats wasn't the worst game, it was just the cheapest. Well, now there's free games. That also doesn't qualify. There's free games that are good. Greetings and welcome, traveller. If this is your first time to Thavnir, then you must try my special Aramel Lassie. The very refreshing zest cannot be beat. What would such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally I'd part with 3 bottles for the generous price of 19,800 gil, but for you I'm willing to go as low as 10,000. You'd be practically stealing it from me. Oh, this is the guy who swindled a Stinian back at the start of this expansion. I am not a Stinian! I'm not a Stinian. Estinian? Who's that? Ah! You're the one who was with that spear-toting fellow. Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. Oh god, when you are Dragoon, you have to take the piss out of Estinian. This game, maybe controversial opinion, extremely biased opinion, this game is better when you play as Dragoon, because some of the narrative choices are so Dragoon. We could go crazy in order. Most expensive thing is Greg, which I imagine was at most £5. Back in the day. Back in the day when £5 would get you like 10 things at a Greg's. And these quests are fine, I mistook them for a different set. Oh, fair enough. Now if you do about the most expensive thing in Greg's, I mean, one thing. I could talk to Bardic about it. Bardic did a fundraiser, and one of the goals was to buy everything in Greg's, and they did it, so they bought everything at Greg's and tried all of them. I should have asked their opinion. Like, what was the verdict? What was good? What was bad? The stand here and talk to people as they walk by quests are like my second hated quest type in this game. Oh, you mean an escort quest? Everybody hates escort quests in any game ever. I'm a firm believer there is a Sasha Stoller option. It must be chosen. Fair. You have to roast your friends. The world may no longer be on fire, but we're still shifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me, we might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travellers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices, I tell you. If I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. The Ixion I have casually. I think I sequence broke Ixion as well. I sequence break with a lot of mounts. How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? Trade routes are once more open now the danger has passed, certainly, but no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's no wonder the flow of exports is no longer a pitiful trickle. Carl Zal and his consortium were with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. That was a man who got things done, God rest his soul. Poking local figures and gain understanding of the hardships for Shana waits you at the negative. I want more mounts that have specials. It was the same in WoW. In WoW, there were some mounts that had special animations. It was literally a command / mount special to just do a unique animation. I miss mount collecting in WoW, because that was what I did. I didn't do like big group raids and stuff. I did solo content and gathered mounts, and that was fun for me. I enjoyed it. She's FF mom. She's like, why not? That's true. The most expensive item is the one for 50 quid. The gift card that's a touch of class, send 50 quids of tasting of 2 exclusive sausage roll gift. So wait, so the most expensive thing they sell is a gift card, basically. Also, for those who don't watch, me and Spook like to watch Kadikarus, and I can't remember which episode it was, but there was like an hour-long episode where Caddy was going through all of one game, and for literally no reason, it was never brought up, it had nothing to do with any of the games, he was wearing different Greg's outfits in like different sections. Of like a Greg's t-shirt, some Greg's like sweatpants, a Greg's hoodie, and after a while I was like, he's changing clothes, but they're all Greg's, and at no point did he bring it up. And like it wasn't relevant to anything. And I was just at the end, I was like, why does he have so much Greg's clothing? Where did he get it? Bigger Primark Greg's collection, yep. Only in England. Because that's the thing, both me and Spook were sitting there and we were like, we kind of love the irony of like, yeah, we should get like Greg's hoodies, because that's what we're like in Britain apparently. People will unironically look at a Greg's hoodie and go, oh, that's the fucking shit. I'm gonna wear the shit out of that. Did you want a pastry by the end? No, but because we were eating dinner while we were watching. So I wasn't hungry. I should get that mount eventually. I need like 2-3 more dragons, I think. Well, the Twin Tanya one? I feel like that's a refer a friend mount that I got. I think the Twin Tanya dragon is a refer a friend mount. I'm not 100% sure, I might be wrong. Yeah, golden chocobo feathers. To refer a friend mount. I thought the 2-person chocobo was a refer a friend mount. There's more than one. There's more than one mount for refer a friend. Yeah, and I think I chose Twin Tanya. Because the other one is the Amber Draft Chocobo, which is is this but red, which Curls has, which I believe Curls has because she referred me. Which is also very sweet of, I got you this bird, and now we're gonna get married in FF. So yeah, Curls has the Amber Draft Chocobo, which is the 2-seater red. Which is the other mount you can get. You can also get Managam, which is Fenrir but red. I don't know why red is the colour for a friend. But again, I was like, I prefer Fenrir because he's blue. So I ended up, I decided to go for Twin Tanya, which was the more expensive one. You can, yeah. You could either get Managam and the Amber Draft Chocobo, or you can get Twin Tanya, and I got Twin Tanya. And then you'll have another 2-person Chocobo. Yes! I have the regular yellow one, Curls has the red one, and we will both have the white one. I will come back to FF for the wedding, I have to. Yes, you have to. I was saying to Curls, I need like a 4-player mount for when we're doing group stuff. I know that pretty much everybody in the group has a 4-player mount, but I was like, I don't have one, so I should get one. I have a 2-player, which is my Draft Chocobo. Fucking big boy. So multi-people mounts actually aren't too common in the game. I have 4-person Flying Sea Slug. Nice. I know there's a multiple-person Cerberus, but he's like hard to get apparently. But I think all of them are kind of hard to get. Ah, my advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least, and there are few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. See? Sensible. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when the refugees were pouring in, but they've preserved with some assistance to Yedilmad? From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like. I was assured the jungle provides for their needs for the most part. Palakistan has weathered disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. Quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a wagon full of giant skull to a foreign trader. Such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the waste of stone leaving Pavnir has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we can begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn from Akeli and Yilmaz? I'm just going to skim over those words because I probably can't pronounce them correctly. One day you should do a Scrandle collab. Scrandle? Honestly, playing Scrandle with Spook would be called Scrandle? Scrandle? The hell is Scrandle? It's nothing on Steam. There's a game I want to watch Spook and Stangy play. It's called Bread and Fred. It's like Ice Climbers. I want to watch Spook and Stangy play it. It's a free browser game. Oh. Speaking of people joining FF, I need to drop my recruit code in FF chat. Is there anybody left to recruit? I feel like we recruited everybody. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe I should first address the lack of ships and storage of able-bodied sailors in Newland. I'm reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father was lost at sea when the beast sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale repeated over and over, so many lives lost. Yeah, it seems like the kind of feels like one of the big problems at the moment is just the lack of people. So many people die. Yeah, because I feel like we did a big old recruitment chain back when, you know, everybody got into FF at the start of the pandemic. So it's like Curls, I think, Curls recruited me, and I think someone else to get the Amber Draft, because I think you get 5 currency per recruitment. Yeah, 5 for each person you recruit. So yeah, so Curls recruited at least 2 people to get her Chocobo, which means I recruited at least 3 for Twintania. So Curls recruited me, and I'm gonna say probably Das, and I feel like I recruited Doug, and then evidently 2 other people. One of them might have been you. And I guess maybe Neruin? Yeah, I must have recruited at least 3 people in order to get the mount that I have. That also means that I think it's technically impossible to get every mount. Because of how much they cost. Because I believe there is a limit to how much you can recruit. I'm also under Curls? Then I might have recruited Das then. Curls has too many gold feathers, we need to seize the means of production and spread the wealth. Hi, boopies! Thank you again! I love you! You are showing pictures of 2 food offerings sold at sports stadiums around the world, along with a price in British pounds. The fun of the game is the neurodivergent discussion on what makes better food. Oh, I see. Okay. It's less about the game and the drama discussion it causes. Ow! I love you! The goal is to pick the food of the two that was most popular. It's fun to talk about. I see. I feel like that's more funny if it's people from different cultures. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome, but we will not. Ex-Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you brought me and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. It sounds like they need to get more people. But I said it would be fun to do it with you. Fair enough. I did say I am in... Ooh, we're talking actually too, Joe. I did say that I have been enjoying doing the collabs with Lying, and I do kind of want to do more collabs with more.
I thank you for your attendance.
Well, his side's still sore. Aww. Also, voiced cutscene. Let's go. I need to play this game to mess it up and cause discussion.
The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadar's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. Made aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlaman. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karzal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society.
Not gonna lie, kind of looks an old Espinas. I guess it's because he has a slightly green tint to him. And the big horn. But Espinas is more spiky.
Nay, a proper solution is needed. One which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come.
Just kind of popped in my head seeing him again. Fair.
Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Orphanage. The orphanage.
Of course, we can draw on trading profits to build a new institution. Let us put this idea into practice. The contract shall be written, requiring all who receive Val's Adal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy
Has red bits, that's a why fair.
of a worthy name.
I find it amusing you're always wearing the friendship feather. Why? It's the best headgear. Always wear the friendship feather. I went to go fight God with this friendship feather. Something with Kal'Zal seems a bit appropriate. Those two options mean the same thing.
A fitting candidate. Kal'Zal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair.
Those are wearing Dragoon armor.
When I think of Kal'Zal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
They're all different weapons, but they're wearing Dragoon armor.
This bodes well for that boy. Mirag, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kal'Zal Foundation. Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor. Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
Oh, money. I have a lot of food in my inventory. I don't need more of it. Thank you for putting forth Kal'Zal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honoured. You'll forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Y'shtola. She asks that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood? Thank you. Y'shtola must have finished her study in the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. Understandable. There was the one thing in that cutscene that was bothering me. It was a little bit creepy that he was just kind of like stood at the front, but like kind of empty because he wasn't being used because Vitra was it was really weird to have him stood there while also talking to Vitra. Because like when you're talking to him, you kind of forget that he's not actually like a person. That was a bit weird. I thought the satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Iran assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning Gate's unique construction. Jewish? Allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. How things change. Your Excellency, huh? I still have some golden feathers, but like not enough to buy anything. I think they're in my bank as well. Yeah, they're not in my saddlebag, they're in my bank. I often forget that I have a chocobo bag. Let me check. It's not something I've thought about in, like, literal years. Yeah, 4. I have 4, which is 4 too short to get one of the other mounts, which is all I wanted, obviously. Apparently there's a limit to how many people you can recruit. Apparently when they do a callback campaign, you can also get feathers during the callback campaign. So you get, there's the recruit a friend, you get 5 for each friend you recruit, 5 when your friend subscribes, 15 feathers in total. I probably only recruited 1 person. I thought it was 5 for a friend, 5 for each person you recruit, so I must have recruited 1 person who then got a subscription. And then for you also get 5 feathers for the callback campaign when the campaign is active, which it currently isn't. 5 for when a friend accepts the invite for returning after having been inactive for at least 90 days, and then also purchases a subscription within the 90 days of them returning. This can only be awarded once. You can also get gold feathers through world population balancing incentives, but we're not interested in those because we're quite happy with the world that we're on. So apparently, when they want to try to encourage players to go from full worlds to empty worlds, they offer feathers, which is neat, I suppose. Huh. I have to bear that in mind next time I see them advertising a callback campaign. Although, they only do that once a year, looking at the time periods, and they've already done one this year. I just want mounts. Give me the mounts. I'm being silly. I just saw that I'd been messaged. Respond to the message. How did I end up with an odd number of feathers if you get 5 every time? How did I do that? Wait. That's a regular chocobo feather. That's the gold one. There we go. So I have 5 left over. I have 5 leftover feathers. Yeah. So I got 20. I got 20, and it costs 15 to get Twintania. You get 5 for recruiting someone, and then you get an up to 15 if they get a full subscription. So yeah, I think potentially I recruited Das, and then Das bought a full subscription, so that's why I have Twintania. I know it's hard to notice, but I wear the level 90 XP earrings on my combat classes. I don't think I have any XP earrings. I know the Friendship Feather, it's just the glamour of the Friendship Feather. I know the Friendship Feather is for leveling to level 25. I'm not actually wearing the Friendship Feather. It's just the aesthetic. Yeah, I don't have any of those earrings. G. Ah, G.
Right, here we all are.
Oh, this one's voiced as well.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening.
I have the glam on my level 100 classes as well. Blue, pay attention. What, pay attention to this or pay attention to you? What am I doing? My attention is divided. Good job. To the game, okay.
For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Things will be cute. Oh. Are we gonna ask for Estinian's blood again? Because we've done that once before.
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many Voidsent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question.
Why are we stood so far apart?
Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate.
This feels like back in Realm Reborn when we were being talk about the star system. Like, oh, we're getting into fundamental lessons about how magic works. Okay.
The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first.
They don't care.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
They look fucking familiar, don't they? They do look familiar, funnily enough.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Like a certain game that had a whole expansion about them. We're going to go to heck? Like another game? Wasn't technically heck, but you know. Same difference.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
I was going through this expansion when that expansion came out and was like, who was stealing from who? Sometimes things isn't stealing. Sometimes people are inspired by the same stuff. That's not stealing. Downloading Vox of Chicory. Oh my goodness, you're doing that chicory as well now? Hope you're trying to do too much at once. Galaxia! Hello, friend. I miss you. How are you? I'm already in heck. Oh no. Oh no.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
Miss too, buddy. My apologies for not being around. One day I'll share my silly tale with you. Yeah, don't you worry about it. I'll be here. Did see my fave Skywolf. It me! It me. But yeah. I know you're super busy, so don't stress about it. But yeah, my invite is an open invite because it looks like we're going to be doing that game fairly regularly until we, like, I guess, finish the main story, I think. So it's going to be a somewhat open invite of, you know, join us when you feel like it. You know other Skywolves? Who are they? Gao. You remember Gao? We haven't said hi to Gao in a long time. I feel like I haven't seen her stream for a while. Don't you remember Gao? Only other Skywolf I've met. Apparently she's a different Skywolf, though. I wasn't looking for an answer. Well, bully for you, then.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
I like how she actually looked at me when she said that. Like, yes, you are correct, but...
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages.
Duolingo Owl is knocking on my door.
Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I did forget to do it on my lunch break. I will have to do it after stream.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death.
Blue Skywolf, the brown Skywolf, and the purple Skywolf. I forgot her name. Oh, I've also forgotten because I haven't seen them in ages either. I started my 3D modelling journey in Second Life using a furry model that I hadn't entirely cotted on as, hey, hold on, that's a furry. We can find that game, we were Skywolf. Galaxia Persona when?
But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Count me in.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands. That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Uh-huh.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single Void Scent will be allowed to threaten Razat-Han, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
Skywolf that's just a round furball with wings. Oh my god, you reminded me of like a really old drawing I did forever ago. I bet I don't even have them anymore. No, I don't think I do. Because when I say old, I mean like probably 10 years old. But I did draw something vaguely like that. It wasn't quite spherical, but yeah. Phone. Holy shit, really? Did not really. Okay, that's something else to unpack. The picture's so old, I was like, maybe I put it on Tumblr back when I actively used Tumblr. So I've done something I haven't done in legitimately like 6 or 7 years, and I've opened my Tumblr. I was like, I did have an art tag, so I clicked on the art tag on my Tumblr, and it's like, yes, there's like 300 posts in the my art thing, and I was like, I posted 300 pieces of art on Tumblr? That can't be accurate at all. That's way too much. But like, I'm scrolling back through the archive and I'm like, oh yeah, because I would like, because Tumblr wasn't professional, I would post like shitty doodles and like memes and stuff. So there's like, yeah, considerably more than anywhere. Some of these are so old and also so bad. But also the picture I'm looking for, I think I maybe didn't upload. No, I don't think I did. Oh, I found Red Era. We love that. Love Red Era. I found it! I did post it! Behold! Blue as a bean! I should redraw these. I love this one, especially. Bean! How old is this? How old is this picture? 2015! Fuck me, it's 10 years old. A blue sky bean, yes. That's what I posted. That's what I called it. That was what the caption was. A blue sky bean. This is 10 years old. I was 11. Evaporates into dust. What the fuck? 10 years ago, I was 21. I'm 10 years older than you? I'd graduated uni. I was 1 year from graduating uni. I'm a year behind you, apparently. I graduated in 16. I was working in game. I was also working in game. Snap. I was also working in game. I graduated in 2013. Oh my god. Okay. It's a couple of years behind you, but not by much. There you go. Now, and you know, I scroll forward 6 months, and we start to get into the start of D&D. First D&D pictures are appearing, which yeah, because 21st birthday was when I had my first D&D session, so that aligns correctly. This picture is as old as Delmara. In fact, it's slightly older because it's from February. No, wait, there is a picture of Delmara from right, because I actually played Delmara in like a one-shot. No, yeah, Del first got made for a Pathfinder game that I did one session of and then basically never continued. So when Das was like, oh, let's play D&D, I was like, oh, I have a character in mind I could already play, which is why I didn't play a ranger, which was what everyone thought I would play because I always played rangers. Because my first D&D character was a ranger called Lunaris, and I was like, oh, I made a rogue for a different system, but I didn't get to play her, so I'm gonna play her in D&D, and now she's like one of my favorite, if not my most favorite character outside of Blue. Yeah. And then 2015 is when the D&D pictures begin. First picture of Crumble. He actually looks different there because I developed how I drew him. 2016, graduation year. Yep. Behold! The picture I drew when I finished university. This is the picture I drew when I finished university. I was working the same job I am now, which is nice, I suppose. It's nice to see that you apparently have job security. Maybe Tomorrow and the Blue Sky Bub say share a little birthday with little old K. Aww. Oh my god, look at these names. Ah! Nerds! Nerds! Yeah. I like this one in the middle, especially. I should redraw that. There's nothing wrong with it. I could just line it. Anyway, that was a nice little tangent. Have I marked off tangent this week? Because if I haven't, I should. I don't use Tumblr anymore, which is wild because every other social media is like hell. Except maybe the Blue Sky, ironically. I don't know why I stopped using Tumblr and started using Twitter more, which was bizarre because Twitter was gradually getting worse and worse, and apparently Tumblr was actually okay. Maybe I should get back to... No, I remember why I was using... I stopped using Tumblr because I was too obsessed with it. Like, I would spend... Like, I don't doom scroll in Twitter or Blue Sky, really, but Tumblr I did. Tumblr I would just scroll infinitely. And it was not healthy, so I cut it out. So at least I had the self-awareness to do that. I'm sure the emotions you were feeling around that time in D&D helped. Oh, yeah! It's fine.
You have a plan?
You studied game design? I did! I have a degree in games design. Computer game design. Bachelor of Arts.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
I noticed I did it with YouTube. I've had to take active steps to stop. It's like worse now because of short-form content. Short-form content actively encourages doom scrolling. But what I used to do on Tumblr is because, I don't know why, because I didn't treat Twitter like this, but what I would do is every single day, I would scroll through the entirety of what everybody I was following had posted, bearing in mind I was following probably like 100 people, and I would do that until I got to where I was the day before. And I would do that every day, and there was a weird thing in my brain of like, I need to scroll through and see everything that everybody posted. Basically for big FOMO of like, I was worried I was going to miss stuff, and I think it's partly because Tumblr was like the primary social media that me and a lot of my friends were using, and it was also where the RP that I was in, the old Minecraft RP, it was where like RP logs and artwork were posted, because like Discord didn't really exist, we didn't have like a server to talk in, so I would do that every day because I didn't want to miss if like, you know, an important RP had happened, if an announcement had happened, or whatever, because we didn't have Discord servers to talk in. And, like, people would have conversations by, like, reposting and, like, commenting on the posts, so, like, I would scroll through hundreds and hundreds of posts every day until I got to where I got to the day before. So I was like, cool, I'm up to date, I've seen literally everything, except that would take actual hours out of my day. And I realised I had to stop. So I don't know if I will get back into Tumblr just because I don't want to fall back into that again. I do have a Tumblr for Skywolf, but I use it just like the Instagram in that I log on, I upload work, I log out. I don't use it to scroll. So if I did get back into Tumblr, I would maybe have to purge my account a little bit, of like delete a lot of blogs so that I don't have a lot of these things, but I don't know. I don't have the time to be getting obsessed with Tumblr again. Really don't. So it's not really, I don't know. I'm very picky with what I watch, and I tell YouTube I'm not interested if it even tries to hint at the slightest drama. Oh yeah, you curate your feeds. Use Twitter for memes and that's about it. I've gotten better at not using Twitter, but that's because I've moved over to Blue Sky. I very rarely check Twitter these days. Basically, that's basically what Blue Sky was, oh, let's start Twitter over again. I hate Twitter. I also don't like Twitter. Twitter's bad. Twitter's bad. Blue Sky is better. It was nice because it was like a fresh start, so I could like curate again. So it was like a fresh feed, follow things that I'm like actively currently interested in. But I think Blue Sky is being more social for me, because Twitter became a mixture of like social, but I was also following things like, you know, game companies for game news and game updates and, you know, other news related things. Whereas Blue Sky, I haven't done that. I haven't followed like game companies or developers or things like that. It's kind of literally just friends and like, you know, quote unquote colleagues, I guess. I mean, they are friends. The Venn diagram is a sphere, let's be honest. Whereas Twitter is still... Twitter I basically check for, like, announcements. Like, I don't follow Monster Hunter on Blue Sky. I don't even know if they have one, but I follow Monster Hunter on Twitter, so when there's Monster Hunter news, I go to Twitter and look for it. So, I guess that's how I treat them... I kind of treat them differently. Even though the websites themselves behave the same, I treat them differently and go to them for different reasons. Weirdly enough, Instagram Reels is probably the short-form content that catches me a lot, and I don't know why. I actually don't check TikTok very often at all anymore. And YouTube Shorts, it's like, whatever. But Instagram Reels, and the reason that Instagram Reels gets me is literally because my friends, Curls, Das, and Stanji all send me, like, memes on Reels, and I will send them back. So, yeah. I don't know why we got into this rundown of how I treat social media pages, but there we go.
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing the project.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
Unfortunately, I've not been following this conversation because we've been having our own conversation.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
I don't know about that. Roblox says a lot of job protection won't be part of it. Oh yeah, I don't engage with Roblox either. Not my thing, not interested. That's a whole thing of itself. Won't partake. I don't think it ever really shows me that stuff ever, but yeah. I think I am pretty hot on all of these platforms when it's like, oh, here's a thing, and I'm like, do not show me this thing. I'm pretty hot on doing that. So they're curated reasonably. I do look at some things like Show with Hope. Yeah, it's mostly like a social thing. I don't think I doom scroll too much when it comes to short form content, but like you know, my ADHD brain can get distracted by other things. You know, last night after I finished game night with Spook, because we had our date night, which was really fun. We were playing Stardew Valley last time. When that finished, my brain was like, we could do a little bit more work. We could, you know, edit up some more shorts. We could make a start on the highlights video. And I ended up opening up Unity and doing avatar work instead. which wasn't work, it was personal stuff, but that was what I ended up doing. But hey, I didn't feel too bad because, like, it was something productive, but it was like ADHD did not do the thing I was going to do. Oops. Oh well.
A man-made voice.
If you share an Insta video using share link, people can see your Instagram account. I am aware. Obviously, if people who aren't aware should be aware. There's nothing on my Instagram that I'm fine with people, you know, there's nothing on there that I want hidden, so okay.
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daemir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
Uh-oh.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Graha's favourite place to sneak around with what? I love how there's an option for you to be like, huh? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, the restricted section in Numenor. Graha's favourite place.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charleon.
This seems like my work here is done.
Needing help to reach the high shelves. I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Oh, bless.
Let us be on our way as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna, yeah, I think I kind of get what you say, like... Roblox could have been, like, another version of Minecraft, and I think for, like, a lot of kids is, of, like, it's an open thing that you can make anything in if you're clever enough and creative enough. But it got tainted by capitalism, basically. And not to say that Minecraft isn't tainted by capitalism, it absolutely is, especially now. But back in the early days of Minecraft, it wasn't so much, and you know, that was the golden age of Minecraft, stuff like that. So yeah, obviously this is the perspective of someone who's never played Roblox and doesn't have any interest in playing Roblox, but it kind of feels like it is almost like that, what I just said, basically. You know, not to repeat myself again. If Minecraft was made today, it would probably end up like Roblox.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Close to VR chat, fair. I'm aware that Roblox is basically a game engine. It is essentially an engine rather than being a game in and of itself. Lost in thought. So we're not doing a lot of story progression today because I'm talking, but I like talking. These are fun streams. If we're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we had best secure the permission of the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind? What, Scholar Montigain? Montigain? I can never pronounce it. He did come to Graha's defense of the inquiry, after all. He settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see what he's willing to help us once more. See, this time we're doing it legitimately, rather than being naughty and sneaking around. Or it could get counted in my fave game, and there's probability lab in VR chat just with a house. That's kind of fun. It's like neither are technically open source because like the base code isn't like available, which I think is what open source is meant to mean. But they're like blank canvases of like, yeah, you can kind of make anything you want if you know your way around a game engine and coding. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and laboured under her tutelage for a full decade. I never had the chance to attend the school. Neither did Thancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louisoix took him in off the streets, he was put in care of another Archon, who was rigorous in practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Should I wonder as well? T at the last stand? I think that's doing a decent job of telling the more exploitive types to fuck off. Notch is a weird one because nobody's perfect. Every person has good and bad traits, shall we say. I think I'm going to leave it at that. That does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't have given up my time with Master Matoya for the world. The dank cave I studied in was as far from the bright, airy halls of academia as we could get, but it was wondrous and magical childhood. After when it got sold to Microsoft is when it got capitalistic. Yep. Of course. I remember it was incredibly low security for a while. Right now it's more secure with them forcing it to Microsoft accounts, but I absolutely hate the fact that they can ban you. Yep. There's pros and cons in everything. So I'm not here to discuss that because there's pros and cons in everything. Like, Minecraft got worse in some ways after Microsoft bought it, but it also improved in a lot of ways as well. So... imperfect world. Ah, visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may they do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Scholar, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh ho! No furtive forays into the stacks this time, hey? Yes, we're doing it legit this time. I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yes, in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? Ah. Fascinating. I had no such idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left by House Demir was laying dormant in Shanian archives for many centuries. If you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Wants to go back to a friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence, and I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future, and yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was promised reward? She didn't. Aha! Marvellous! An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. After hearing the whys and the wherefores, I for one do not believe you would use this knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request on the foremost consideration. Although, your petition would be better received if yours had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Oh, no, don't... Yep, Fortuno. Master Fortuno, of course, he can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. Yes, he can! Because he's done it before! I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there's no denying that having Master Fortuno on our side would tip the balance in our favour. Very well, we'll pay a visit to the Levier estate and plead our case. One last thing before you go, I would consider it a personal favour if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the world. My appetite for knowledge is very bit insatiable as yours, I'd wager, so if you could see your way to indulging in old man's curiosity. Of course, Skylark, we will be sure to pass on any revelations. No running in the halls. Too bad. I'm already running. Bye. Ah, Mistress Exo and Mistress Ustola, how may I be of service? I come to speak with Master Fortuno. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the Master is in residence. I shall inform him he has guests. Well, Emiliance would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have come, so you have some matter of import to discuss? Pray proceed, you have my full attention. And we pan up again. It is funny to me that we do this again because we got to the point in some D&D games where we would do this. Literally, it would come up to an NPC and they'd be like, "What happened?" And I would literally go, "Exposition!" And Das would go, "Okay." And then we would carry on. We're just like, I'm not explaining the entirety of the campaign again to people who already know the entirety of the campaign again. I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Montier pressed the same sentiment. I assure you we'll not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again unless it's absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand the restricted archives are restricted for a good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses her sister, she was his guardian and his friend. A selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. Brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the long. There's no vital mission, perhaps, returning these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you can appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Oh, pull on the heartstrings. Collections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet, the forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Valdesian Annex. It looks like it might be party animals tonight. Today's Thursday. I'm literally playing Final Fantasy. Tomorrow. Jesus, my brain. Party Animals is a good one. People can join the friend pass. Yes, it is a very good one for playing. And they added fishing. I feel like we'll do mini... I'm already feeling that if we do Party Animals, we'll do, like, a bunch of mini games and then fish at the end to relax. I want to do the sledging deal, but Party Animals is fish, so always play games with each other at the weekend. You figure out why Party Animals makes my computer die randomly. Yeah, that is weird. Have you actually, like, reported that to the devs? Because, that would probably be a good first step. Yeah, fair enough. I'm guessing they probably wanted to see if you could get some sort of, like, crash log or something. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Sharlayan and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner of the question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms that I might add, of the incredible debt we owe you and your companions. Pointed look! Pointed look! That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. Oh. That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I am sure you're aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution. There will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavour and bid you a good day. Still so stuffy. Ever the same, that one. I did some digging as well. It's a thing that happens to people, but I don't see any real way to solve it. I know the computer just shuts down. No crash report, just off. Oh, weird. What graphics card do you have? Uncompromising. Aye, but that's very stoicism is exactly what Charlian needed to guide it through not one, but 2 exoduses. The only time I think I can remember in recent years of having a game just like die with no like error message or anything was actually Coromon. And the way I fixed that, I believe, was going in and changing some of my actual, like, graphics card settings for that game, because I have an AMD card. So I went into, like, the AMD manager and, like, told it to... I think basically the problem I was having was that my card was too good for the game, because it was an old game, and also a port of a mobile game, apparently. So it was, like, running it too fast. So I literally had to go in, and I believe I told it to put pull back and be like, you know, limit the frame rate, limit this, limit that, rather than leaving it uncapped. Which is weird. Like, I thought that was a weird thing of like it's running too well, but I can't remember exactly what setting I changed, but I believe that was what I did. I literally was like told it to slam on the brakes and be like, just play it normally. You don't have to play it on maximum settings. Just play it normally. And that was enough to, like, help me get through to the end of the game. 1392 off the top of my head. I'm going to assume you mean that's an NVIDIA one. Might go in and lower the settings. Yeah, if it's the NVIDIA one, then it's the GeForce Experience thing. So maybe just, like, not even cap it, not even, like, lower it, but just, like, cap it. Like, if you've got, like, uncapped frame rate, cap the frame rate to 60. Or something. Because I think that was what I had to do. It didn't close down my PC, I will acknowledge, but it did just close out the game without any sort of, like, indication as to why. And I did report it to the devs, and even the devs were like, we have no clue. But I believe that was what I did. I told it to slam on the brakes. Yeah, because I have that with, like, Warudo as well. With Warudo, I put on hey, just limit it to 60, because, like, when if I'm streaming, I'm not really going to get 60 FPS on a stream anyway. So it's like, why go to the energy of trying to produce more than 60 FPS when you guys are not going to see 60 FPS? Because it's not going to be for me. I don't really look at my VTuber when I'm streaming. So it's like, well, just put a cap on it, and the computer can chill the fuck out instead of trying to push things to be getting like 100 FPS. And it's like, it's not needed. Just cap it. You know? Similar thing actually with Evil Genius, funnily enough, playing at the weekend. Evil Genius, specifically when I opened OBS and tried to screen capture it, would then crash, and I couldn't work out why. But I opened up my graphics card settings again, and I was like, hey, can we, like, fiddle around with how Evil Genius is behaving? And again, I just messed around because I don't know what half the settings did. And then eventually, it stopped doing that and ran perfectly fine. And I even said to Spook, I felt actually looked better. I don't know. Maybe do that, is my suggestion, of maybe just tell it to calm the fuck down. Because Party Animals isn't that heavy a game, so your card can probably run it pretty well, and maybe is running it too well. So it's a weird situation to be in, because you would think that the problem with computers would be, oh, it's not good enough, and it's like freaking out, but it might be that it's too good, and it's freaking out that way. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed of any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, and now I simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Dinner's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a bit. Do anything you shouldn't do. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume? You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Well, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. Shall we? Is this going to end up being a dungeon? It's not the first time we've had a dungeon in a library. It's the studium. There's like one dungeon per patch, and I'm still in the same patch. So I was mostly curious because I was like, uh-oh, if I've got to do a dungeon, my gear might be a problem. I need to try to remember to do something about that within the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be unlocking a dungeon because I just had the right armor gear to do the last one, which means I'm not going to have the right gear score to do the next one. To think the set of instructions I laughingly imagined may actually exist, but yards away from where you happen. If I had known Azadal III's exploits sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have been pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. Lesson I already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. Oh god. Archon, Y'shtola, and guest identified. Do you wish to proceed to the restricted archives? Yes. Follow me if you would. Watch your step, please. Note that use of naked flames is discouraged. Really. Ooh. It's giving dungeon.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
You've got like 6 patches to go, so it'll be a bit... Yeah, I just had a quick glance, mainly just for dungeons, and obviously not story-wise, and I was like, oh, there's like a dungeon in each patch. And a couple of trials. So, yeah, I've got like 5 more dungeons to do before I get to Dawn Treader. So, yeah, I need to sort out some gear. Tell you what I can do, I can click on the last one and quickly glance at what the eye level for it is. 620 is the eye level for the last dungeon. I think I'm still in the 500s. See, I'm level 92 now, so I could Yeah, I could buy armor / ask friends to craft me some like level 92 armor. Because it won't be like remarkable armor for Dawntrail because it will just be 92, but in comparison to Endwalker, it will be good. Yeah, I'm at 575. I need 620. I need to get to 620. Because I'm level 92, I could in theory buy some level 92 armor to get to that stage. I might call on the crafters. Because I'm at the start of 92, so I'm probably not going to level up to 93 very soon. There's a harvest you can pick up with minimal effort. A harvest? Explain more. Faye is the world that my own. That most beautiful void-born creature. She was so unlike her reference brethren. Cheesy, but such distinctions. All that matters is that my focus is this does not seem to be the volume you're seeking. Gear set. How did gear set turn into harvest? There's no V in there. In the year 1564, this rival, Amalja summoned Ifrit, their patron god. Council scribes gigantic lizard like being most magic. Consider summoning that for by faith and bread isn't surprising if not we should manifest But then light emerged from the Aether should one use in an almighty omniscience attempt at the same ritual. The scholar himself graced us with his presence, some other embodiment of divine sage suggested. Yep. Word. Would this man may God be truly all-knowing, and if it were, whence would such knowledge arise? I myself have many questions concerning the nature of the ancient world. With no spell to transport me back to the 8 days of old, I considered summon a being possessed of insight and wisdom in the creation. Yet with no true means to verify its pronouncements, how would we consider certain that it were true? Interesting arguments, as long as they stay theoretical. Music's kind of loud. Sorry, I leaned back. Sorry, I was getting comfy because I knew I had a lot of reading to do. I leaned back. Following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift-spanning apertures as devised by Nuhashan, the 9th Patriarch of House Demir. Present these research notes to the faculty of Sheldon Studium as both a token of our friendship and an expression of our boundless sense of admiration. Yeah. Something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies, I flipped open but a single book and was completely absorbed by its contents. They didn't bring it up, you yelled at me. It's fine. It's fine. So that's just because I just because I leaned back. Proximity plays a big role. Well done, XR. I think you have found our prize. Also, the piano was being a bit extra there.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damir's resonance many times at the great work.
So the music's a lot quieter here. That was weird.
Time to see what all the fuss was about.
Interesting image on the front. Bird with no wings. Ugh.
Among the ranks of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond.
Recognize that.
The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard.
I've encountered these before.
From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure.
The fact that what she's reading is probably actually written here is a bit crazy because the language in FF is a one-to-one AZ conversion. So you can see there, that's going to be the Atmos. ATO, there's the MOS. Like, some letters look vaguely. There's more. MAW. There's Voidborn. You can kind of make them out. So this entire text is probably legitimately just translated there.
Our findings reveal that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate.
Yep, that was this paragraph right here was what she just read. That's really cool that they did that. It's the fucker that keeps kicking us out of treasure vaults.
We identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos.
You okay?
How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon void scent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales. And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for.
Well, we're just going to take it with us?
I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves? Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Don't want to get in trouble, especially if we end up having to come back here. As much as I would love to start crafting the Atmos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a Hannish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our House Daemir project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge more forbidden literature, I will be here. Pardon mode, disabled security mode, patron mode, disabled security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, Nidhana can. I say we return to Thavnir and look for her at the Great Work. If this was Guild Wars, we would just create a fractal and go home as we please. Very funny. I don't think we technically make the fractals, we kind of like find them? I don't actually fully remember the fractal. I don't think we make them. I just realised I ran when I could have been going to the... Also, it's basically 5 o'clock, so I think I'm probably going to end here, actually. Let me get to where I need to go. Yes. I've been doing a lot of overrunning this week, so even though I was a bit slow at the start, I'm not gonna right, so I'm just gonna stop here rather than going all the way to Thavnir, just in case I do log on and do other stuff. Like, go to my island again. But, yeah, I will call that there. I'm gonna end at a sensible time. I think we can technically make fractals, but most of them are found, if I recall. Yeah, vaguely. I think vaguely they're found, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe you can make... You probably can. I've forgotten. It's been a long time. Right. That's me. I'm gonna go. So I will see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow for video editing and what looks like it's gonna be party animals. So yay. It's fun. We do enjoy it. Yeah, I'm gonna just wrap up at sensible time. So I will see you around. No, say hi to people. Bye everybody. Thank you for coming. It is always appreciated. Thank you everyone who spoke in the chat, because Twitch's viewer analytics is being a bit funky apparently. So yeah, if thank you. Yeah, just a little tip. Even if you're a little lurker, we all love lurkers, but apparently Twitch's view count thing is being a bit funky. So if you're ever in someone's chat, not even mine, just anyone's chat, literally just drop like an emote or something, just so that Twitch knows that you are actually there and you are actually watching. Because apparently they're being a bit funny now about things. So do that to support your favourite streamers. It's probably why a lot of streamers have lurk emotes. That's probably actually why a lot of streamers have lurk emotes. I hadn't made that connection before. So yeah, if you're lurking, use the lurk emote, and then Twitch knows that you are actually a person. So, yeah. Support your streamers, everybody. Love you loads. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!